Hello and welcome. In this video, I am going to teach you to create a website using HTML, assuming that you are a complete beginner. Alright? Now, if you have planned to be a web developer, it is not enough if you know only HTML. You have to learn CSS and JavaScript too. Now, what do these HTML, CSS, and JavaScript do? Let's see it with an example. Okay, I will take an example of human body and explain you what HTML, CSS, and JavaScript does. Okay, because you know about human body. Now, HTML is used to structure the web page. Okay, just like skeleton. What does skeleton do to your body? It gives you a structure. Okay, it gives a structure to your body. Now, HTML does the same thing. Where does the heading go? What are the paragraphs? Where are the tables? What do the forms do? And so on. They give basic structure to a web page, just like a skeleton gives basic structure to human body. Now, it is not enough if you only have structure. You need some other things too, correct? And that is where CSS comes. CSS is used to beautify the web page, which is similar to having muscles and skin. Okay. Now, what do these muscles and skin do? They beautify the body, they make the structure more beautiful. Correct? This is what CSS does. Using CSS, we can give color to the background, to the table header, we can center the text, and we can do much more. So we'll learn them when it matters. Okay. Now, it is not enough if you have structure and if you have a beautiful body. It has to do some functions too. Correct? And that is where JavaScript comes. JavaScript adds functionality to the web page, just like various organs add functionalities to the body. Correct? It is not enough if you just have a skeleton, muscles, and skin. You need to have other organs too. You need to have heart to pump blood. You need to have lungs to purify air, breathe. Correct? In other words, you need to have all these organs to give functionality to the body. And that is what JavaScript does. JavaScript gives functionality to the web page. For example, simple example, when you click something, a pop up will come displaying a message, maybe an error, maybe a message. Alright, so that is done by JavaScript. So, more about JavaScript when it matters. Alright, so HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, is used for structuring the website. CSS, Cascading Style Sheets, is used for beautification. JavaScript is used to add functionality to the website. Alright, so you need to learn these three if you want to be a web developer. Okay, now for you to learn HTML through my videos, you only need Notepad and nothing else. Notepad is built into your OS. Okay, of course, there are a lot of softwares which make the process of learning HTML easy by autofilling and auto suggesting codes and tags. But I don't want it to be too easy for you. I want you to really write the codes and learn them so that they will stay in your mind forever. Alright, so let me quickly go to my desktop and make a simple button using Notepad and show you. Alright, now I'm going to right click on my desktop and go to new and select text document. Okay, I'm not going to rename it. I'll open this. Now this is the Notepad, correct? So here I will type button, okay, button inside angle brackets, and I will type click here, and then once again I will write button inside angle brackets. So here I do not have a forward slash, here I have a forward slash. All right, so I will save this Notepad file as using file save as, and I will say index.html. okay, HTML. So it is important to save this as HTML. So I will save this as HTML, which comes like this. Okay, now when I open this, you can see I have a button which says click here. So I can click on this button. Alright, so what we have done is we have created a button using HTML. Now these two are tags, these two are called as tags, and this is the content that goes between tags. Alright, so this is the basic concept of HTML, and as you see, it is enough if we have Notepad to create a website. Alright, so that's it for this section. In the next section, we will create a basic HTML page. Alright, now this video is made by joining many small videos of HTML. So if you prefer to watch small individual videos, then I will leave the link of the playlist in the description or the comment below. Okay, so see you in the next section. So in this first chapter, we will learn to create a page like this. Okay, and before we do that, I want you to create a folder named as website on the desktop. This is where we will be saving all the files related to the website. Alright, so I'll open the folder, right click, go to new and select text document. Okay, I do not want to rename it. I'll just open it, and this is where I'll be writing the codes to create the first page. Okay, now we will learn to create this. I have made available the content to you too. So basically, you have access to this Notepad file. I have provided a link in the description of this video to a file. If you download and extract it, you'll get multiple Notepad files. So open up Notepad file named chapter 1. So opening it gives you the content like this, and you can use this to practice it along with me. Alright, so for now I'll close this and use this page to get the content. Okay, now I'll open the Notepad file which I had created in the folder named website. First, let me start with the simple element button. So we have 4 buttons here, right? 4 buttons. So let me create first button by saying button and by ginseng here. Alright. So I'll explain you what it is. I'll explain the elements to you. Do not worry about it right now. Now, to create the web page, go to File, select Save As, and say chapter 1 underscore 1, chapter underscore 1 dot html. Okay, you need to save it as chapter 1 dot html. So save it and let it be as it is. Go to this folder and you can see there is a HTML file. Okay, there is an HTML file. So double click it and you can see the first button that you created. Alright, so clicking on it doesn't do anything because we have not written the codes for its functionality, but you have created a button. Alright, so let me minimize this, let me minimize this too, and let me open the notepad file. Let me increase the font size so that, yeah, what we created here was a button element. Okay, so in HTML we have opening tags and closing tags. Alright, now opening tags and closing tags look similar, but in closing tags we have an extra forward slash. Alright, so this is opening tag, this is opening tag, and this is closing tag, and between the tags will be the content. Alright, so by ginseng here, this is the content, or this is what you want on the button, and that is why it is between the opening tag and closing tag. Now these two are angle brackets and these two are available next to shift button on your keyboard. This is also available next to the shift button on your keyboard. Alright, so we have opening tag and closing tag, and this creates a button element. Okay, now let us proceed. Let me create 1, 2, 3 more buttons. Alright, let me quickly create 3 more buttons. I'll say button. This is my opening tag and I want by cinnamon here on the button, so that is the content, and this is my closing tag. This is my closing tag. Alright, so I have the second button here. So I'll save this, and I'll open the Chrome and refresh this. So you can see I have by cinnamon here. Now you can see we have by cinnamon here next to by ginseng here. We do not want that, correct? I want this to be below this. So let us do that later. Okay, so I have to create 2 more buttons. Let me do that now. Button and by fenugreek here. Alright, third button, and button by turmeric here. Alright, so I'll save it, file save, or you can also use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl S. So I'll click Ctrl, and while holding Ctrl I'll click yes, so it saves, and now I'll go to Chrome, refresh. So I have 4 buttons here. Alright, 4 buttons. Now let us proceed. So if you see here, from here to here it is a paragraph. Here to here it is a paragraph, correct? So this is also a paragraph, this is also a paragraph, this is also a paragraph, this too. To create a paragraph, we will be using p tags. Alright, let me create first paragraph. So I'll copy the content like this from here. You can use the notepad file that I've provided. I'll go here and I will paste it here. Okay, I will paste it here. Now if I save this, file save, I have clicked Ctrl S, and if I refresh here, you can see it has come like this. Alright, it has come like this. There is no formatting here. Let me put this between p tags. Okay, P and P. Alright, so you can see P tag, opening tag, and P closing tag, and in between these two tags we have the content of the paragraph. P tag stands for paragraph. Alright, now let me save it, go to Chrome and refresh this. So when I refresh it, you can see it has nicely formatted it and the buttons have come in the next line. Alright, so for each and every paragraph you need to do this. Okay, so let me do that. We have this paragraph, one more paragraph. Let me copy this. And where does this come? This comes before buy ginseng here button. So buy ginseng here is here. So let me paste it here, and I will use p tag and one more p tag, opening and closing. Alright, opening and closing. Let me save it, go to Chrome and refresh this. So I have second paragraph. Alright, second paragraph. Next I'll create this cinnamon, and it is before buy cinnamon. Yeah, so I'll use p tag, opening tag and closing tag. Alright, and let me save it, refresh, sorry, not this, refresh this, and I have second or third paragraph. Next I will create this fenugreek. Now this comes before fenugreek, so I'll enter it here, opening tag, paste the content, and at the end closing tag. Alright, so I have this. Now let me save this, go to Chrome and refresh this. So I have this paragraph. Alright, so one more paragraph which is for turmeric. Let me copy this and let me paste it here. I'll wrap it inside p tags or paragraph tags. Save it, go to Chrome, refresh, and I have the content nicely formatted like this. Alright, now this much is done. So this is how you create paragraphs. We wrap the content inside opening and closing p tags. P stands for paragraph. Alright, so now this is done. Next, what do we have? We have this heading here. We have this heading, correct? Home remedies for low blood pressure. We have these headings too: ginseng, cinnamon, fenugreek, and turmeric. Now we'll learn to use heading tags while creating pages. Okay, now let me copy this. And let me paste it in the beginning. Okay, so home remedies for low blood pressure. So I'll wrap it in heading tag. Okay, heading tag and H1. Okay, I'll save it and refresh it so that you can see. Okay, now home remedies for low blood pressure. Now this is a heading. We have 6 heading tags in HTML. Okay, from H1 to H6. Let me copy this and paste it here. All right, let me remove or change it to 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let me save it and let me refresh it. So I'm pressing F5 on the keyboard. Okay, so you can click this to refresh, or you can click or press F5 on your keyboard to refresh. Here you can see 6 levels of headings in the order of their importance. Okay, so H1 being most important and H6 being least important. All right. Now, generally, people use only H1 and H2 tags. If you are creating a web page which has an academic article, you'll be using the other 4 levels. All right. Apart from that, these 2 level headings will be enough for most of the cases. Okay. Now, what is the use of H1 tag? Now, when you go to the website, when you go to any website, this gives you the heading of the article that you are looking at. Okay. So, this is the main heading. So, use this only once. Use this only once in an article. Okay. Don't use multiple headings, H1 headings in your page. It will confuse the readers and also search engines too. Alright. So this is like the title or heading of this article. Alright. And how to get that? We use H1 tag. H1 tag is this. Okay. H1 opening tag, H2 closing tag. This is what you get. This is H2. This is H2. This is H3, H3, H4, H5 and H6. Alright. So H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 opening tags, closing tags just with a forward slash. Okay. So for our example or exercise, we need H1 tag. So let me keep only this. Let me keep only this. Let me save it, Control S, and let me refresh it, F5. So we have our heading, H1 heading. Alright, H1 heading. Now let me go back to this. I have ginseng, cinnamon, fenugreek and turmeric. Now these are not main headings of this article. This is the main heading which we already have here. Now these are subheadings which can be obtained by using H2 tags. Okay, H2 tags. So let me go here. Let me go here and let me use H2 tag. H2 tag and type ginseng. Okay, ginseng. And let me close the tag H2. H2. Let me save it and let me refresh the web page to get like this. Alright, so I have 3 more. Let me quickly do it. So by ginseng here, next is cinnamon, which is also H2. Cinnamon, cinnamon, and then I have fenugreek, H2 tag, fenugreek, closing tag, and finally turmeric. H2 turmeric. Alright, H2 tag. Let me save it, go to this, refresh it, and I have page like this. We are almost there, correct? We are almost there. This is remaining. This is remaining. Now let us do this. Alright, let me copy this. Let me copy this and let me paste it below this. Alright, let me paste it below it. Now this is a paragraph. Alright, this is a single sentence. You can treat it as single sentence or you can treat it as paragraph. Let me take it as paragraph. So I'll wrap it between P tags. P tags. Okay, P tags. And you can see that it is bold. Okay, it is bold. So I'll make it bold using B. Okay, B, and close it with this. Alright, so there is one more tag, strong, to make it bold, but you can use B also. So this is opening tag, this is closing tag. So first is to make it a paragraph, second is to make it bold, and you can see that it is in italics. Okay, it has been italicized, or the font is in italics. So to make this italic, I'll use the third tag, which is I. Okay, so when you put this in I, or let me show you the difference. Okay, let me show you the difference. Let me save it. Go here, click refresh, and you can see it is normal and bold. I want this to be in italics, so I'll go and put it down, I for italics, and close the tab. Right, close it, save it, come back here and refresh it, and you can see it has been italicized. Alright, so we are done with the page. This is our first page and we are done. In this section, we will learn to insert images like these. Alright, now let me minimize this. Here I have four images. The same four are available to you too. Now, if I right click on an image and select properties, I can see that it is a .jpg file. Alright, so all four are .jpg files. Now let me select all these, cut them, go to my folder and make a new folder here by the name images, and go into this folder and paste the images here. Alright, so all four images are inside the images folder. Now I do not need this. Let me delete this. Alright, let me delete this. Now this is chapter 2, but then I will use the chapter 1. I will edit this and I will continue teaching you. Alright, now let me right click on this, select open with, and select notepad. Okay, notepad. Now this gives me the HTML file that we have created in the first video. Okay, first video. Now let me open this. And you can see this is the result of this. And this is what we had created in the first video, correct? First video. Now let us continue in this itself. Okay. Now if I see this, if I look at this, let me go to the top. I have an image of ginseng right below the heading, correct? Ginseng right below the heading. So let me do that first. So I have the heading ginseng here. Below this, let me use image tag, img, and this. Okay. Now see, this has an opening tag and a closing tag. This has an opening tag, a closing tag. This paragraph element has a opening tag and a closing tag, correct? But this image tag, which is used to insert images like these, doesn't have separate tags for opening and closing. Okay, so it is only one tag. So this is the opening and this is the closing. It is only one. We do not have separate opening and closing tags. Alright, so it is open bracket, img, and then / close bracket. Okay, so this is only one. Now we are saying that insert an image by using img tag, insert an image. But what image or which image? The image which is in the folder images. And there are 4 files here, 4 images. Which one do I want? I want ginseng, correct? So here we have to mention the source of the image, and we do that by using or saying src, which stands for source, is equal to and double quotes. Okay, src is equal to and double quotes, and inside the double quotes should be the location of ginseng. So now the location is relative to this HTML file. Okay, it is relative to this HTML file. Now where is this HTML file? Inside website folder, correct? So on the desktop, let me minimize this. On the desktop I have a folder website, and inside this I have chapter1.html. okay, chapter1.html. Now inside the same website folder I have images, correct? So both are inside website folder. So now relative to this, where is the image? It is inside images folder. So I have to say images and /, and what is the file name? ginseng.jpg. We must also mention the file extension ginseng.jpg. okay, ginseng.jpg. Now let me save this. Control S to save, or go to file and select save. Come back here and let me refresh it. You can either click here or press F5 on the keyboard, and I have photo of the ginseng. Now it is very big image. It is a very big image. Let me correct this later. Now let me proceed to add 3 more images. Okay, so I'll do that now. So next image that I want is below heading cinnamon. For that I need to use img tag, and what is that tag? Img tag is only this much, and inside this I must mention source src is equal to, where is the image? In images folder, and what is the file name? Cinnamon, correct? cinnamon.jpg, cinnamon.jpg. all right, and close the double quotes. Let me save and let me refresh. So I have cinnamon. Okay, I have cinnamon. Next, fenugreek. Let me quickly do that too. I want you to practice too, right? Only when you practice, you will understand and remember the quotes. Okay, fenugreek.jpg. yes, and finally turmeric. Source is equal to images turmeric.jpg. close the quotes and close the tag. Let me save it and let me go here and refresh it, and I can see I have 4 images. Okay, now this is fine, but I need to reduce the size of the images, right? I need to reduce the size of the images. So if you see here, so we have very small images here. Now let us reduce the size. Okay, we reduce the size by mentioning width and height. Width is equal to some amount which should be inside quotes, and height is equal to, in double quotes, the value of height. All right, so let me quickly copy this and paste it here too, so that you don't have to wait till I type. Okay, type. Now, what should be the width and height? It is entirely left to you. Alright. Now let me go here and right click on Ginseng and go to properties. I can see the resolution as 1280 into 720. Okay, in details I can see the dimensions of this image as 1280 into 720. So the width is more and the height is less. So once again, it is left to you what image do you want to show on your website. For now, let me select 600 as width and 500 as height. Okay, I do not want this much, I do not want this much. Okay, I do not want this much. I want it to be reduced to 600 into 500. Alright, so let this also be 600 into 500. Okay, 600, 500, and this too, to maintain consistency, 600 into 500. Alright, now let me save this. I have saved it. Let me refresh it, and you can see I have photos here. Now once again, the values that you mention here decides how this photo looks. Now if you look at this, it is stretched out, it is not proper. So this is a random value which I have given, 600 into 500. But once you start practicing, you will know what image you have to use on your website, and you can use the proper one. If you use improper values, then you can see it being stretched horizontally and sometimes vertically too. Alright, so if you see here, it is small and it is big here. Alright, it is big. So let me reduce it to 400 and 200. Let me see what happens. 400, 200, 400, 200, 400, 200. Okay, let me save it and let me refresh it. Yeah, let me refresh it, and I've got, see, compressed image like this. Once again, the dimension is not right, and that is why I'm getting this. But then it is a good practice to mention the width and height of the image. Alright, otherwise sometimes if you use exact or entire size, the page will flicker. Okay, the page will flicker. So it is best practice to use a fixed image like this. Now you must remember that even though you mention the width and height of the image, so the image of this resolution will be downloaded when the page loads. Okay, when the page loads, this image will be downloaded. Okay, this image of dimension 1280 into 720 will be downloaded, but only this 400 into 200 will be displayed. Okay, so if you are not understanding this, do not worry about it right now. Alright, so now we have added image. One more feature is left out, which is once again important. So let me go here and explain it to you. So what we need to add here is alt. Okay, alternate text. We say alt and we say is equal to, and inside double quotes, what we must mention is the description of the image. Okay, image source. So the HTML file knows that this is an image. Now inside alt, we must mention we must describe the image. Okay, what is this? Image of ginseng. Okay, image of ginseng. Now I'll do this quickly for other four, and I'll explain it to you, the importance of this. Okay, now this is cinema, correct? Cinema, and here it is of fenugreek, and here it is of turmeric. Okay, Now let me save it and let me refresh it. So you cannot see any difference here. Now what this alternate text does is, this description gets loaded if the image fails to load. Okay, now we have an image, correct? We have an image. Now if this image fails to load for some reason, all right, so what happens is some will have turned off loading of images. We have settings in browsers to turn off downloading of images. So we may do that. So if we do that, images will not load. Next, if the internet connection is slow, then the image may not load. Okay, if the internet connection is slow, the image may not load. If the image does not load, then this will be displayed. Okay, this will be displayed in the place of image. All right, so now let me do that and show it to you. Let me type Jin, SVENG. Okay, I have mistyped I have written wrong spelling here. So it is not ginseng, I have written V. Alright, so let me save and now let me refresh it. So you can see we have fixed this size. So you can see 400 into 200 and we have mentioned it as image. So this is an image, or this is the place which is meant for image. But due to our error, okay, due to our mistake, the HTML is not able to find this image. Okay, find this image, and so it is not able to load the image. And when it is not able to load the image, it will display the alt text. So image of ginseng. Okay. Now let me correct this. And save it and refresh it. So the image gets loaded. The alt text does not get displayed. Okay. So alt text gets displayed only when image doesn't get displayed. So once again, let me do that here. Let me type X. Okay, X, and let me save it and let me refresh it. So here you can see alt text, image of cinnamon. Okay. Now some use screen readers too. All right. So when people use screen readers, now it reads out the alt text. Okay. It reads out the alt text because it cannot read out images. All right. Now that is one use of alt text. So it is better to use alt text and the size of the image too. All right. So that is about this. Now let me consider few other cases. Let me go to website folder and images folder. Okay. Let me cut these four. And paste it here. Okay, and paste it in the same location of chapter 1. And now images is empty, so let me delete this. So if the images are in same folder as of this, then how do we change this? Now all we need to do is delete this part. Okay, images slash. So images slash delete it, and images slash delete it. Now save it, and now when I open it, it gets loaded properly. Okay. So as it is in the same folder as of this chapter 1 HTML file, you don't have to mention anything here. You just have to mention file name .jpg. So it gets loaded from the same folder. Okay. So this is first case. Let me close this. Now let me create two more folders. Folder number 1 and folder number 2. Okay. I will cut these images and paste it in folder number 1. Okay, folder number 1. And let me cut this and paste it in folder number 2. Folder number 2. Okay, folder number 2. Now HTML file is in folder number 2 and images are in folder number 1. So now how do I edit the code? Alright, how do I edit the code? I'll open this. Now see, it is in folder number 1, which is one level up, correct? One level up. Yes. So now what you need to do is here use 2 dots, okay, 2 dots, and then forward slash, and the folder name is 1, and then one more slash. Okay, so these 2 dots means up one level. Okay, up one level, and up one level inside folder 1, and inside the folder 1 we have ginseng.jpg. Here also 2 dots and slash 1 slash cinnamon.jpg. Here 2 dots slash 1 slash fenugreek, and here 2 dots slash 1 slash turmeric. Okay, so let me save it. Go to folder number 2 and open it to see the result. Okay, to see the result. So this is also fine. Next, one more case. Let me take one more case. So inside folder number 1, I have these images, correct? Now let me create one more folder and let the name of the folder be 3. Okay, 3. And let me cut these images and paste it here. Okay, inside folder number 3. See, now inside website folder we have 2 folders. Inside second folder we have HTML file, and inside folder number 1 I have one more folder, folder number 3, and inside it I have these 4 images. So I want to use these images here. Alright, so let me do it. Let me close this. Yeah. So what I need to mention here is, so inside folder 1 I have one more folder named 3. That's all, correct? So 3 slash. So up one level, which is mentioned by 2 dots, and then inside folder number 1, inside folder number 3 I have ginseng. And same goes here, 3 slash and 3 slash and 3 slash. Okay, so let me save it, and let me open this to see the result. Okay, to see the result. So it is fine and it is working. Alright. Now this is the web page that we have created. Alright. So we will add lists to this. So basically what I want to do is this. Okay, this. Now this is same page that we have done, but with list. Okay, so here I want this line, alright, along with this, and then I want a list like this. Next I want a line like this, and then I want a list like this. Okay, now first we will do this, okay, and then we will do this. Alright, now let me copy this. Okay, let me copy this. Now you have this available in the file that I have provided. Okay, now I'm going to minimize this and go to my website folder, right click on chapter 1 and select open with and select notepad. Okay, so if you see here, after the first paragraph, we have this and this. Alright, so let me paste it below that. So here ends our first paragraph. Let me hit enter twice and let me paste the items that I have copied. Okay. Now you can see that this is also a paragraph. So let me wrap this in p tags. Okay, p, and this is also a paragraph. So let me wrap this too in p tags. Okay, and now I want this as a list. Now let me delete this. Let me delete this. Okay, it doesn't matter if it is there too, but let me delete it. Now in HTML, we mainly have two types of lists: ordered lists and unordered lists. Okay, now this here is unordered list, and this here is an ordered list. Unordered list have bullets. Okay, unordered lists have bullets, and ordered lists have numbers. That is the only difference. Okay, so when you have a list of items where the order does not matter, you can go for unordered list. Whereas if you have a list of items where you want something to be first priority and next second priority, or in other words you want to number the items of the list, then you can go for ordered list. Okay, now for saying to computer that we want an unordered list, we use UL tags. Okay, so UL and close the UL. Alright, so from pregnancy till severe infections must be in the list, correct? So from pregnancy till severe infections, we want it to be in the list. So that is why UL should start before pregnancy and the ending UL should be after severe infections. Okay, now let me save this, Control S, and let me go to this and let me click F5 to refresh. Alright, so you see there are a number of this and this as paragraph and this as paragraph, but this here is not according to what we want, correct? So we want like this, but here it has come like this. That is because we just mentioned that we want an unordered list, but we did not mention what the list items were. Okay, so these are the list items, and so we have to use li tags to mention it. Okay, so li for mentioning the items of the list. So this is the first item, pregnancy, and so we have to end it. Okay, li. So this is first item. So let me save this and let me refresh it, and you can see pregnancy has come with a bullet. Okay, so let me do that to other items too, li, and once you open it, you have to close it. Second one is done, third one, and let me copy this and quickly paste it so as to save your time. Okay, so all the items of the list are now wrapped inside li tags. Now let me save this and let me refresh it. So when I refresh it, it comes as an unordered list, and this is what we wanted, correct? This is what we wanted, and that is what we have. So this is how you create unordered list UL. Alright. Next, what do we have? We have one more paragraph and then we have these. Alright. So here, if you look at it, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 items in the list. And then I have A, B, C, D, E under shock. Okay. Under shock, I have these 5. So we have a list inside a list. And having something inside something is called as nesting. Okay. So we will do that too. Do not worry. Let me copy this entirely. Let me copy this. And let me hit enter, okay, just to make it more readable. So you must remember at this point that the white spaces do not matter. So that means, so giving these many enters does not matter in HTML. So HTML ignores white spaces. So you can give as many enters as you want. So I'll paste it here. I've pasted it here. Now I want this to be in the form of paragraph, correct? So I'll wrap it inside p tag. Okay. And then let me quickly delete this space here, or let it be there. Let us not worry about it. Now I want ordered list, and for ordered list the tag is OL. Okay. So once you start it, you must end it. OL. Alright, OL. So ordered list starts from here and ends here. That is what we are saying. And these are list items. So they have to be in LI tags. Okay. So LI and closing LI. Alright. So let me save it and let me show you the result. Okay. So some symptoms has come as paragraph, and first we have dizziness. Later we have not used LI tag, so it has come like this. So let me correct this. So LI, I will paste it here. Okay. Paste it here, and the ending LI. So I will paste it here. Okay. Ending. So let me save it and refresh it, and you can see it has come as we want it, correct? So this is what we wanted and this is what we have. Let me resize it and show it to you. Okay. So it has come properly, but here we want this to be list inside this list, correct? So what we have to do is once again use OL, okay, OL, and close the OL here. So let me use enter, okay, OL. All right. Yeah. And now, yeah. So I've opened an OL, yes, OL, and closed OL. So these 5 are the items, that I want inside this list, correct? Second list. So they must also come within the OL, okay? Now when computer reads this, it comes to, it notices that we have OL inside a OL, and then it decides to give the indentation like this or spaces like this, okay? Now here, once again, you need to use LI, okay? LI for all the elements, right? So pardon the space, yeah. I'll paste like this. So let me save it, and let me refresh it. And now I have a list inside a list. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 starts here, 6, 7. And here this list starts from 1 and goes till 5. Okay. Now this is the output that we wanted, and that is what we have. Now, if you see here, we have A, B, C, D, E instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or in other words, we want A, B, C, D, E instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do that by saying type in this OL tag. Okay. In the second OL tag, we say not type, type, type. Alright. And then we say A, because we want it to start from A, correct? Type is equal to A, and A must be inside quotes. Let me save it, and now let me refresh it, and I have A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Now you can also say capital A, and let me save it. I did not save it. Yes, and hit F5, and you get A, B, C, D, E. Okay. And you can say I, save it, and it comes as Roman numerals. I, 2 I's, 3 I's, 4 and 5. And you can change this to capital I too. Let me save it and refresh it, and this comes in capital. So according to your requirement, you can change the type of the bullet. Okay. So let me save it and refresh it. This is what I want. Correct? This is what I want, and that is what I have here. Alright. Now this is the end, but here I want to show you something. Assuming that this is an unordered list, all we need to do is change UL and UL. Okay, so this was supposed to be this. Okay, this was supposed to be this. So you can see it has indented everything. I did not notice it. I'm sorry for it. Sorry for this. Let me save it. Now it will come properly. Yeah, I'm extremely sorry. I did not notice this. Okay, so we need to use ending tag. We need to use / here. I did not use it. I'm sorry for it. Now UL and UL. Okay, so let me save it, and you can see this is unordered list, but inside we have ordered list. Okay, unordered list and inside ordered list. So you can change this to UL and UL. Okay, let me save it and let me refresh it. So here you can see solid bullets, and here normal circles. All right, you can go other way too. You can have ordered list here, ordered list, and in between you can have unordered list. All right, so let me save this and refresh it, and you have ordered list with unordered list. All right, so you can go ahead and experiment with this. In this section, we will learn about the real structure of HTML. Alright. Now, I did not teach you this till now because you are new to HTML. And if I had taught you initially what I'm going to teach you in this lesson, it would have confused you. So now let us start learning the basic structure of HTML. Okay. Now, all the HTML documents should start with this. Okay. Doc type HTML. Now, this is how we should have started our web page. Okay. Now, this is not an HTML tag. It is just a declaration. Okay. Now, it is saying to the browser that we have an HTML file. Okay, so when we open this, this opens in a browser. And what should a browser expect? Correct? So browser should expect an HTML file. And this is how we say that. So all the HTML files or pages should start with this. Alright? So angle bracket, exclamation mark, doc type, caps, HTML. So we are saying the document is HTML. So hey browser, whether it is Microsoft Edge, Firefox, Opera or Chrome, we are giving you an HTML file. So be ready for it. Okay. Next, we say HTML. Alright, HTML. And then HTML. We close this HTML tag. Now what we are saying is, whatever comes in between these two tags are the document of the page. Okay, or we are saying that HTML page starts from here and ends here, or whatever is between this and this should be considered as HTML document. Okay, so this is next tag and then ending is this. So this is the end of HTML document. Alright, so HTML and HTML. And then the next tag is head. Okay, head tag. Let me close this head tag. Alright, head tag. So I'll tell you about it in a minute. And then after that is body. Okay, body. And let me close this body. Okay, so HTML opens, closes, head opens, closes, body opens, closes. Now this is not a tag, so no forward slash. This is declaration. We are saying that hey browser, expect an HTML file. Okay, now head and body. So inside the body should be the content. Okay, inside the body should be the content. Now what content? The content that we want the visitors to see, or basically whatever we have learned till now. Okay, whatever we have learned till now should be between body tags. Okay, body tags, and in between head tags should be some meta information, and whatever is inside head tag cannot be seen by the users or visitors. Okay, now I have an image here. Now this is a boy. From here to here is the body, and from here to here is the head, correct? Now when I look at this boy, let's assume this is a real boy. When I look at this boy, I can see his body. But I cannot see his head. Well, of course I can see his head, but imagine head as what he is thinking. Now I can see his body, but when I look at him, I cannot see what he is thinking or what is going on in his mind. Okay, so all those things will be in the background. He may be thinking about eating a pizza, or he may be thinking about sleeping, or he may be thinking about his friend, so on. So we do not know what is going on inside his head, correct? All we can see is the exterior body. Of course you can see it, but for example, Head is equal to mind. I cannot see what is going on in his mind. Correct? Same way, whatever is between head tags cannot be seen by visitors. And whatever is in between body tags can only be seen by the visitors. Okay? So whatever we have learned till now should be between body tags. Now, this is not it. This is not it. We have few more things or few more adjustments or few more details which we need to mention. Now, when we mention HTML, we must mention the language of our website. Okay, so we say that by saying LANG for language is equal to EN for English. Okay, and EN should be inside quotes, and this should come in the starting HTML tag. This should come in the starting HTML tag. Alright, so this gives the information about language of the website to the search engines. So we are saying our web page is in English language. If it is in a different language, Hindi, then something else. So you can find all the codes for various languages on the internet. Okay, so most of the case it will be English. All right. Next, in head, we need to mention this. Okay, meta character set is equal to UTF. Okay, UTF and 8, and this should be in quotes. Now this you have to by heart this, or you have to memorize this for now. All right, because I cannot explain you what this is. Basically it is saying that we are following UTF standard. Okay, so here also you can see so this is UTF character coding. So do not worry too much about it. Now this needs to be there and it should be in head tag. So this cannot be seen by the visitor. Okay, as I told you, whatever is inside the head tag cannot be seen by the visitor. Only what is inside the body can be seen by the visitors. Alright, so this is the actual structure of an HTML file, and this is how you have to write the codes. But the thing is, in modern browsers, according to the W3 standards, you don't have to write this. Of course, this is the proper way of writing it. But even if you do not write this, the web page still loads. Okay, still loads. There will be some errors, but it still loads, and that is what we had seen till now. Correct? So let me go here and let me open it. Okay, let me open this. So you can see it opens and it is proper. As of now, it is proper. But when you upload this and when it will be visible to all the users or other people, there may be some error if you do not mention this. So it is best practice to follow this. Okay, so now let us add this to our document, which is this. Okay, so let me open this with Notepad. So what should I say here? Let me not copy it. Let me type it once again so that you can watch it and have practice. I have to say doc type. HTML. Okay, I have to say doc type HTML. And in next line, I have to start HTML. Okay, HTML, and I have to end it here at the end. So I have to say HTML. All right. Now this is in English, so let me say language that I am using in my website is English. All right, HTML English. And then in head tag, let me say meta character set, okay, is equal to UTF-8, okay, UTF-8, and let me close head tag, all right. And then comes the body tag, and this is what should be visible to the visitors, correct? So body starts here, and after body the content of our website, and body tag ends right before HTML tag, all right. Body, okay. Now this is fine. Let me save it. Now this is a proper HTML document, and now let me open it. It opens, and you don't notice any change, correct? You don't notice any change, but the HTML document that we have right now, or which we edited right now, is proper and according to all the standards, all right. So now go ahead and make the changes. What changes? These changes to the page that you have created. So first, let us learn about the title tag. Now you know that this is the structure of HTML document, correct? Whatever is in body can be seen to the visitor, or is seen to the visitor, and whatever is in head is not visible on the main page, correct? So you know this now. Now the title tag comes inside the head tag, all right. So let me add a few space here. So here title, add space, closing title tag, okay. Now this is the title tag. So what is title tag? Let us look at few examples. So here I have a website, okay. So the article is amazing health benefits of lavender. Now if you look here, okay, you can see amazing health benefits of lavender written, okay. This is Facebook, and if you see here, Facebook login or sign up is written. This is Microsoft.com. So if you look here, Microsoft Cloud Computers, Apps and Gaming is written, correct? Now this is what title tag does. Title tag adds title to your website or your web page, okay. Now whatever is in title tag cannot be seen on the page here, okay. It is not visible here. It will be visible on the tab, and it is this which will be searched by the search engines when recommending your article or page. For example, so we are making, so let me go to my page, okay. I'll open this. So if you see here, it says chapter1.html, okay. But my page is about home remedies for low blood pressure. Now I want this to be shown to users when they search for home remedies for low blood pressure on Google, correct? So when they search home remedies for low blood pressure, my page should be shown. Of course, there will be many, it is a competition, but mine has to be shown, and it is this title which Google will refer to when recommending my page to the people who search, okay. It is this along with various other factors, okay, but this is also a major factor. But right now it is saying chapter1.html. Chapter1.html. I do not want this. I want same home remedies for low blood pressure as the title of the page. So what I'll do is I'll copy this, I'll close this, okay, I'll close this, and I will open this in Notepad. Okay, as I told you, the title tag comes inside head tag. So let me write title and then paste the line that I copied and then close the title tag. Okay, so basically head tag, inside head tag we have used meta character set. So there will be few more things, so cascading style sheets when we learn, so it will also be in head section, but right now do not worry about it. The title tag also comes inside head tag, okay, and that is what we have done here. So title tag, home remedies for low blood pressure, we have closed the title tag. Now let me save it, let me close this, let me minimize this, and let me open this. Okay, now you can see home remedies for low blood pressure instead of chapter 1. Okay, so we have added a title for our web page, and we do it by using title tag, and title tag must be inside head tag. Okay, so that is about title tag. Next is commenting. Let me close this, let me not save it, let me close this too, and let me open this with Notepad. Okay, now comments are used to document, okay, comments are used to document and leave little notes so as to what you are doing, what is to be done, why you have done something, all right, in a particular way. Now let us take a situation where you are working in a team. So you and 4 more are there and you are working on a project. Now you have been assigned to design this page and you do something for a reason, and when you give this to other person in your team, he must be able to understand why you have done something in a particular way. Okay, and when he reads the comment, he'll come to know that he'll come to know the reason why you have done something in a particular way. Or let us say you have created this web page and you use it. After a month you want to change something, you come back to this page, look at it, and you wonder why you had done something in a particular way. At that time comment will be helpful. Okay, now let me show you how it works and then let me explain it. So here in body, so the comment must be inside body here. Okay, commenting starts with angle bracket and an exclamation mark. Okay, exclamation mark. After this there should be 2 hyphens, 2 dashes, right? And then I'll give a space. It has to end with 2 dashes and this angle bracket. And whatever you write inside this or in between these two will be the comment. So let me write, this is the beginning of the web page. Okay, web page. This is the beginning of the web page. Now this will not be displayed to the user. Okay, let me save it, let me close it, and let me open it. Okay, you can see it is not displayed to the user. The comments will not be displayed to the users or visitors. Alright, so let me go back and let me open it with notepad once again. Okay, so here let me write, so this is ginseng and this is image of ginseng. Let me write one small note to myself, exclamation, have to add 2 more photos of ginseng. Okay, so I need to add 2 more photos of ginseng here. So I'm leaving myself a note, or I'm leaving others a note. So right now I had only one image of ginseng, but I feel it is not enough. So I have to add 2 more. To remind myself to add 2 more, I'm leaving a note, which is nothing but a comment. Okay, and let me go to cinnamon here. Let me go to cinnamon, and here before button, I will write should check the availability, not should, or not should check, button should be made big. Okay, button should be made big. What button? So this button here. Okay, that can be done with the help of CSS, not HTML, but I'm leaving myself a note what to do later. Okay, what to do later. Now here fenugreek, so I do not know whether the spelling is right or not of fenugreek, so check spelling of fenugreek. I want to know whether the spelling is right or not. Okay, I'm leaving a note to myself. So I'll save it. I'll open it, and it is not reflected here. Okay, so you can see ginseng. I wrote a comment saying that 2 more photos must be added, which is not shown here. It is a comment. Okay, so you are adding little notes to yourself, and it is always best practice to leave notes to yourself. All right, so here cinnamon, you can say replace with an image of better resolution. Okay, resolution, you get the idea, right? So I'm leaving a note, so later when someone else is looking at this document, he will look at it and okay, this is the beginning of the web page. Okay, what else? Where is comment? Okay, so have to add 2 more photos of ginseng. Okay, let us do that. And then what is there? Replace. Okay, so this has to be done. Okay, then what? Check the spelling. All right, now in HTML editors you can easily search for this and find out where the comments are added, but here the main idea is to teach you the concept. Okay, so comments are used to leave notes for yourself or to document or for someone else. All right, we will create this table in a new page. All right, so let me minimize this and let me go to my folder. I have chapter 1 page here. Let me open it. So this is what we have done till now, correct? So let me close this. Here I will rename it to index. Okay, so generally the main page will be named as index.html. all right, so this is an HTML file, so I am renaming it to index. Now let me create a new text document. Okay, so let it be there for now. I'll open it and I will paste this. Okay, I had already copied it. So this is how an HTML page will be. So doc type HTML, we are saying file is HTML, and then language English, and inside head tag we have meta character set UTF-8, and then body tag and the HTML tag ends. Alright, so you know this, we have learned this in previous video. Now if we look at this, we have nutritional value of ginseng as the title of the page. Alright, so let us do that first. So title comes in the head tag, correct? Nutritional value of ginseng. Yeah, so I've closed the title tag. Now let me save this. Okay, file, save as, and let me say ginseng.html. Okay, I've saved the file. Let me minimize this. So ginseng.html has come. So let me open this, and you can see it is a blank HTML file with a title nutritional value of ginseng. Alright, so let me minimize this too. Now let us start making this table. So you can see we have one line here and one more line here and then one more line here. Now these can be obtained using p tags, paragraph tags. Okay, so let me copy this, and let me paste it inside body. Okay, inside body I'm going to paste it. So it comes like this, Now if we save it, let me save it, and if we open it, refresh it, so it comes like this. Okay, it comes like this. So we have to format it properly. So let me minimize it. Now this comes as a paragraph, so let it be under p tags, paragraph, and you can see 1 teaspoon ginseng contains, this also as a paragraph. Okay, paragraph. And finally we have this line here, it also contains minute quantities of as paragraph. Okay, and p. Alright, so now let me save it. I've saved it. Let me refresh it here, and you can see this has come as paragraph, this has come as paragraph, this is also a paragraph, and now we need to put this in the format of a table. Okay, so let us do that now. Now table, okay, table should be mentioned using table tags. Okay, table. So this is saying we are creating a table. And whatever values you have must go inside this table tag. Alright, so we want this, correct? We want this. So let me cut it from here. So Control X is the shortcut. You have to click and hold Control and then press X button to cut any data, and here I'll paste it. So you can right click and paste, or you can click Control and press V, both are fine. Alright, so it has come under table tags. Now this table has two columns. This is first column, this is second column. Okay, two columns, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 rows. Okay, so it has 8 rows and 2 columns. Alright, now to mention rows we have TR. Okay, so we have TR tag, table row. Alright, table row, and it ends like this. So how many rows do we have here? 8 rows, correct? So we need 8 sets of these. So let me copy this and let me paste it 8 times or 7 times, because we already have one, correct? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, correct? So 8 rows, so 8 sets. Next, what do we have? We have 2 columns. But we do not have any codes or tags for columns. Alright? We do not have any tags, separate tags for columns. We mention the columns with the help of TD tags or table data tags. Okay. Now see, this should come in first row and in first column, correct? So this is the data in first row and first column. So directly we mention the data using TD tag. Now when we mention data using TD tag, it will be considered as column, okay, column data. So let me show what I mean. So calories is first table data, right? For table data we have TD tags, and this TD and this TD must be inside table rows, okay, table rows. So this is opening table row, this is closing table row tag, correct? So between this and this must be TD tags. Now why? Because this represents first row, okay, first row, and in first row, first column, what is there? Calories. So let me cut it here and let me paste between TD, okay, TD. Now this is table data, but this also says this is first column of first row, okay. So no separate column tags for this, okay. So second data or data in second column is 1.6, and we use TD tag to mention that, okay, TD. So TD and 1.6 and closing TD. So we are mentioning table data or data in the table. But when we mention data, it will also be considered as column. Okay. So now let me save this. I've saved it. Let me go here and let me refresh it. Okay. Let me refresh it. So here you can see calories 1.6. It has come like this. Alright. So these have to be formatted properly. Now let us do that quickly. So in second row we have carbohydrates and 0.4 grams. Okay. So let me cut this from here and let me paste it here, and this should be between TD and TD. Alright. So table data of second row, first column. This is TD and TD. This is table data of second row and second column. So let me save it. Let me refresh it here. Okay. So carbohydrates and 0.4 grams. Similarly, let me quickly do that for others. Okay. So I'm copying and pasting, cutting, Control X, Control V, Control X, Control V, Control X to cut, Control V to paste, Control X to cut, Control V to paste. Okay, Control V. Now let me delete this white spaces. Yeah, alright. And once again, let me quickly paste the TD tags. Okay. And the ending TD tag. Alright. So what have I done? I've pasted all these values between TD and TD tags, and all these values in TD and TD tags. That's all. Okay. So let me save this, and let me refresh it. So now you can see it has come as a table. Okay, so we have 8 rows and 2 columns. So this is table data of first row, first column. This is table data of first row, second column. Similarly, this is table data of first column, 8th row. This is table data of second column and 8th row. Okay, so and this is how we do it. All right. Now, if you see here, we have a border for the table, correct? We have a border for the table. Well, we generally use CSS to make borders, but that is different part of tutorial. So here, let me show a way to make a border. Okay. So in table, we give space here and say border is equal to, and in quotes, 1. Okay. So starting table tag, not this, starting table tag, we say border is equal to 1. It is either 1 or 0. 0 means no border like this. 1 means border like this. Okay. So it is either 0 or 1. That's all. So let me save this quickly and let me go to this and let me refresh it. So F5 is the button for refreshing. So I've refreshed it and I have the values in proper borders. Okay. So we generally do not use this method. Okay. Once we get to CSS, we'll learn proper way of creating borders for the tables. Okay. I hope you have understood how to create a table. Basically, there are 3 sets of tags. Let me quickly recap it. 3 sets of tags. One is table, okay, ending and starting, sorry. Okay, so first set is this, and then tr tags to mention rows. So how many rows are there? That many tr tags will come, and inside tr tags will be td tags. Okay, td tags. Now this is used to mention table data and also the number of columns. All right. So basically it is these 3. Okay. So let me delete it. Let me quickly save it and close it. So I'll refresh it. It is proper. Let me go back to the folder and let me delete this text document. It is not needed. So now I have my file here. Okay, my page here, a separate file. So what to do with this page? We'll see that in a separate lesson. All right. Now go ahead and make 2 more pages with tables like this. Okay. So one for cinnamon, nutritional value of cinnamon, one for nutritional value of turmeric. All right. So practice this. Do 2 more tables. Now do not worry about this, how to do this. All right. I'll tell you how to do this in the next section. Okay. Just do this. Just get this. Okay. Just get this. Okay. Here too. Do not worry about how to get this. I'll tell you how to get it in the next section. So just get this table. Okay. This table along with this in paragraph and these 2 in paragraph. All right. So the content are made available to you in the file that I had given below the or in the description. All right. Welcome back. In the previous section, we had created a page for nutritional value of ginseng, correct? So this, we had created this, correct? And I had given you 2 exercises to create one for cinnamon and one for turmeric. So I hope you have created. So let me open all 3 of them, cinnamon and turmeric. Okay, turmeric. Now if you have done the exercise, which you should have done by now, then your page should look like this. Alright, it should look like this. So this is for cinnamon and this is for turmeric. This is ginseng, which we did together. Now if we go here, this is for ginseng, this is for turmeric, and this is for cinnamon. This is what we want. Alright, now first let us start with turmeric. So you have this, you know how to get it. But what we want is this. We have an extra row here, and the row is spread over two columns. Correct? It is spread over two columns. So here it is not two separate table data. It is only one table data, and that one table data is spread over two columns. That means there is no separate data for this row. Okay, for this row. Now how to do this? To do it, we need to use column span. Okay, next attribute, column span. So let us learn it. Now this is for turmeric, correct? So let me quickly open the turmeric file in Notepad. So I hope you have created it like this using all the basic tags. Now if you see here, calories is the first row, correct? Calories is the first row. And before calories, we want this 1 teaspoon of turmeric contains. So here, before calories, we need to write the code for this 1 teaspoon of turmeric contains. For this too, we need to use TR, okay, and closing TR. We need this, and table data, which should contain this. So table data TD and TD. Alright, table data. And let me quickly copy this and paste it. Let me copy and let me paste it here. Alright, let me quickly copy and paste it here. Now I'll save it. I will save it and I will refresh to see the result. So now you can see 1 teaspoon of turmeric contains has come, but it is over the first column, correct? So this has been taken as first row, first column, table data. Alright, so if you see here, this is what we want, but what we have is this. So we want this till here, correct? That means this has to be spread over two columns. It has to be spread over two columns. And so we have to use column span attribute, and that should be in the starting TD tag. We have to say call SPAN, okay, call span, meaning column span, meaning over how many columns do you want the table data to be. So we want the table data to be over two columns, correct? First and second. So we say call span and is equal to, and in quotes 2. Why 2? Because we want it over two columns. Alright, so let me save it, file save, and let me refresh this. And when I refresh it, you can see the table data has come or spread over two columns. Alright, so this is how you get it. So first row spread over two columns. So first row, which is this, spread over two columns, and that is mentioned using call span. Okay, column span. Now this is done. This is remaining, correct? Cinnamon is remaining. So we want cinnamon to be like this, So let me close this and quickly open the Cinnamon page in Notepad. Okay, in Notepad. So we have this. I hope you have done the same thing. Now if we see here, how, what is this? What is this? It is basically third table data of first row. Okay, this is first row. Third table data of first row spread over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. Correct? Third table data. Third table data means third column. Okay? Third table data meaning third column spread over 8 rows. 8 rows. So we need to use row span attribute. Okay, and let us do it. So as I said, it is third table data of first row, and so we have to use first row for editing. Okay, so as I said, it is third table data row, so we need to add one more table data. All right, so let us do that. TD and closing TD. All right, so first table data is calories. Second table data is 6.42, and third table data should be should be spread over 8 rows. Correct? So what we say here is TD row span is equal to 8. Okay, it should be spread over 8 rows. Correct? And what should be in between these two tags? This. Correct? GM is equal to grams, mg is equal to milligrams. So let me copy this. And let me paste it here. Okay, let me paste it here. It has come like this. So let me delete it and put it in one line. All right. So TD tags, between TD tags, we put GM equal to grams, mg equal to milligrams, and we say row span equal to 8. Now let me save this. And let me go back to my page and let me refresh it. So I have what I want. Correct? I have what I want. But then if I look at this, so GM is equal to grams is in one line, and in the next line we have mg equal to milligrams. But here what I have got is GM, grams, mg, milligrams in single line. I want mg is equal to milligrams in the next line. To do that, we use break tag. Okay, so break tag, break tag is equal to hitting enter key on your keyboard. All right, so what is this basically? It is basically selecting here or clicking here and hitting enter on the keyboard. Correct? Mg is equal to milligram should come in the next line. So where do you hit enter? You hit enter before mg. Correct? And before mg should be br tag. Now this is equal to hitting enter on your keyboard. All right, so this breaks the line, and this itself is the tag. There are no separate opening and closing tags. It is just angle bracket, br, and angle bracket. All right, so let me quickly save this and let me refresh it. And when I refresh it, you can see GM equal to grams and mg equal to milligrams. All right, so the break tag breaks the line into separate lines. Okay, splits the line into new lines. All right, Now, just to show you the usage of BR tag, let me enter the BR tag here. Okay, I want this beta carotene and rest of the line in the next line. So let me do that. So let me go here and I want to press enter. See, what do we do here in Notepad or any Word documents? We just click here and press enter, correct? Enter. And if we save this, it will not reflect here. I have refreshed it, but it comes as it is. What I want is this in next line. So what I will do is I will use BR tag. BR is for breaking. So now I have entered BR tag before beta carotene. I'll save this and I will refresh. And you can see beta carotene, alpha carotene has come in the next line. Alright. So this is break tag. So let me remove it and let me have it as it is. Alright. So this is how we use column span and row span. Column span means over how many columns do you want the data to be spread, and row span means over how many rows do you want the data to be spread. Alright. Now if you look at this page, we have a link here. It says click here to read the nutritional value of ginseng. Okay, and when you see when you move your mouse over this link, the pointer changes to pointing hand, and when you click it, it takes you to this page. Correct? It takes you to this page. We also have a back button here, and when I click on the back button, it takes me to this page. Okay. Now we will be doing links like this. There are few other variations, and we will do all these in this video. Okay. And to do all these, we only need one tag, which is A tag. Okay, A tag. So A stands for anchor. This is anchor tag. Now this A tag with some modification is used to define links. Okay, so A with href. Okay, A with href inside the starting tag is used to create links. Href stands for hypertext reference. Okay, href stands for hypertext reference, and it will be inside the starting A tag. So basically we are using A tag, anchor tag, to create links. Alright. So let me close this. I don't want to save it. Let me open this folder, and here I will create one more folder called as pages, and I want this and this 3 pages inside this. Okay, so I have moved the 3 pages into this folder. So what are these 3? So this page, and this page. Okay, this page. So these 3 are inside the pages folder, and what I have here is this page. Okay, this page. Now let me edit this. Let me edit this and create the necessary links. So I'm going to open it using Notepad. I'm going to refer to this. So here in ginseng, you see we have a link. Okay, click here to read the nutritional value of ginseng. So where is it? It is above by ginseng here button. So let us do that. Let me find the code for button by ginseng here. It is available here. So I'll hit enter and enter so that it is easily readable to you. So here I will use A tag. Okay, and A tag. And inside A tag, I need to type in this. Click here to read the nutritional value of ginseng. Okay, ginseng. Now let me save this. I've saved it. Let me go here and open the file. Okay, so yeah, it has come like this. Click here to read the nutritional value of ginseng, and then we have buy ginseng here next to this. This is not what we want, correct? We want buy ginseng below this, and we want this to point to a link. So let us do that. So let this be inside a paragraph. Okay, inside a paragraph. And now let me save it. Let me refresh it, and it has come like this. Now it is okay. Now I want to link. Okay, I want to link this text to what? To the nutritional value of ginseng, which is available in ginseng.html file, which is inside pages folder, correct? So inside pages folder we have ginseng.html. I want to link it to this so that when I click this link here, this page opens up. All right, so now I have to use href inside the starting a tag. Okay, href is equal to and opening and closing quotes. All right, and now what we do is we give the link with reference to this. All right, so now we are editing index, correct? We are editing index.html file. Relative to index.html, where is the ginseng file? It is inside pages folder, correct? It is inside pages folder. So what we say is pages. Okay, inside pages folder I have ginseng.html. okay, inside inside pages folder I have ginseng.html. we are referring to this. Okay, we are referring to this. So let me save this, and let me refresh it. So I have this. Click here to read the nutritional value of ginseng. Now if I click this, the page opens. Which page? This page. Okay, this page gets loaded, and I have the result here. Okay, now it is fine. Let me close this. Now what I want to do here is I want to add a link to the previous page, index page, saying back. Okay, so what I want here is a back page or back button or a back link, and when I click on the back link, it has to load index.html. all right, so now I have to edit this ginseng file. all right, I'll open it with notepad. So here I will say p, and I'll say back. Okay, back, and let me save this and open ginseng. You can see I have back written here. Now I have to link it to the index.html file. Where is it? It is up one level. It is not in this folder. It is up one level and here. Okay, so what should I do? I have to use a tag, correct? A tag. Let me close it quickly. Yeah, so I have to use a tag, and inside a tag I have to use href. Okay, is equal to, and I think you know how to go up one level. So it is by saying or using two dots and / and saying index.html. okay, index.html and closing quotes. So now let me save this, and let me open this. So when I click on the back, so back button is ready, and when I click on the back button, it loads the index.html file. all right, so let me quickly close this, come back, and let me quickly close this and open this file. Okay, so now if you see, I have clicked here to read the nutritional value of ginseng. When I click it, this page loads up. You can see what page loads up, and I have back button here, and when I click on the back button, so index.html page loads up. Alright, very good. Now you can pause this video, go ahead and complete this before proceeding to next section. Okay, now let me close it. Let me not close it, let it be here. So here I do not have something like this. Click here to read the nutritional value of ginseng. Nothing is there. But here the image is a link. Okay, the image itself is clickable. So if I click this image, the nutritional value of cinnamon loads up, and I have a back button here too. Okay, so I'll click back here. So here I want the image to be clickable, and when I click on the image, it has to take me to this page. And I need a back button here too. So let us do this. What do we need to do? We need to edit index.html, and let me find the code for the image of cinnamon. Okay, it is cinnamon, I guess. Yeah, it is cinnamon. So here is the code for image of cinnamon, correct? Now what you need to do is very simple. Just wrap a tags, okay, wrap a tags around image tags. Okay, wrap a tags around image tags, and that's it. Okay, so now you have wrapped it, you have to link it. For linking, we use ahref is equal to, and inside codes we say pages / cinnamon dot html. Okay, dot html. So let me save this and let me refresh this. So now when you see the mouse pointer here, when I move the mouse, when I hover the mouse over the image, it changes to pointing hand. And now when I click on it, this page gets loaded up. Okay, this page loads up. Now I need a back button here too. So you know how to do it. You have to edit the cinnamon.html file. I'm not going to do it and drag the video, so you can do it as an exercise. Okay, so I need a back button here, so do it please. Next I'll go back. So here this is fenugreek. Okay, this is fenugreek. Yeah, sorry, not this file, this file here. So this is fenugreek. I have this description, and below this description I have click here to read about fenugreek. And here what I have done is I have linked this text to an external website, a page from Wikipedia. Okay, when I click on this, a page from Wikipedia loads up. Okay, page from Wikipedia loads up. Now this is what I want to do. I want to have something like this. When I click on this, a Wikipedia page should load up. Alright, so let us do that now. Where is the link? It is above buy fenugreek button. Okay, so let me search for it. Buy fenugreek here. Yes, so I'll hit enter, and what do I need? I want a tags. Okay, I want a tags, and let me have paragraph 2. Okay, so that it comes neatly. And what do I want? Click here to read about fenugreek. Okay, click here to read about fenugreek, and let me close the paragraph. Okay, now everything is proper. we just need to link it. For linking, as you know, href is equal to and two quotes, and inside two quotes should be the link. What link? Link of this page. Okay, so I'll copy the page link here. Okay, I'll copy the page link here and I will paste it here. Okay, I'll paste it here. So it has to be in the quotes, inside the quotes. All right, so let me save it, and let me go back to this and refresh it. You see, I have click here to read about fenugreek, and when I click on it, the Wikipedia page of fenugreek loads up. All right, yes, so next one is ready. Finally, we have click here to read about turmeric. All right, now if you see, we have click here to read about fenugreek, and when I click this, it opens in the same tab, correct? Or in other words, my index.html page is replaced by this page. So if I want to go to index.html, or I can say my website, I have to click on back button. That is what is happening here. Here what I want to do is, when I click on this, a new tab must open, or the link must open in a new tab. All right, I have my tab here, my website. The turmeric should load up in a new tab. That is what I want to do. Okay, let us do that now. Once again, above by turmeric, here we have click here to read about turmeric. So by turmeric here is here. Let me say A and P, and let me close P, and let me close A quickly. Okay, yeah. Now here, let me type in click here to read about turmeric, and inside a tag, let me say a href is equal to, and inside this, what do I want? I want this link, correct? So let me copy this, and let me paste inside this. And next, after this code, what I need to say is target. Okay, target is equal to inside quotes. Okay, target is equal to inside quotes blank. Okay, so target is equal to, and inside quotes underscore blank. Now underscore blank, when used, gets you the link in a new tab. Okay, so let me save it. I've saved it, and let me refresh it here. So I have my link here. Click here to read about turmeric. So when I click on it, the turmeric page loads up in a new tab. All right, yes, so we have achieved everything that we wanted. Now you can pause this video and complete these assignments and come back. So we have a few more things to do. So if you see here, we have email us button and we have call button. Okay, so if I click on this, you can see the mail manager opens up. I have not set up any mail manager. So if you set up Outlook or any other mail manager, or it loads up the default mail manager. All right, so here let me close this. So what we are doing here is setting up an email link. Okay, so that when anyone clicks on this, the default email manager loads up. And here what we are doing is, we are setting a link to call. Okay, we have given our phone number here, dummy phone number, and whenever someone clicks this, either on mobile or on PC, the default calling application loads up and a call goes to this number. So if you are using mobile, as soon as you click on this, it will open up your phone app and the call will be done. If you click this on a PC, for example, if you have Skype or any other calling app, so the number will be loaded up so that you can call this number. Okay, so that is the purpose of this and this. So let us create this now. So first let us do email us and then call. All right, so both are once again simple and both are at the end. Okay, so it says email us, right? So I'll say yeah and email us and close the a tag. All right, I close the a tag, and here now I'll say href. Okay, href is equal to for email addresses we have mail to. Okay, mail to, and then colon, and you must mention the email address. Let me say abcd@gmail.com. Okay, abcd@gmail.com, and close the quotes. So this is what we use to say that this is an email ID, or this should be considered as an email address. All right, so that when you click on it, the default calling application should load mail to with colon. All right, mail to with colon. So let me save this, and let me refresh it. So we have email us button here, email us. So let me click it, and when I click it, it gives me pick app dialog box. So I do not want to do this right now, so let me just click away. All right, so email us is ready. For that you need to use mail to and colon with email ID. That's all. Okay, next, what is there here? So we have a symbol. What is this symbol? This is called as pipe symbol. Okay, pipe symbol. It is available right above your enter button on the keyboard. Okay, above enter button you have backward slash button. So hold shift and press that backward slash button to get this. Okay, pipe symbol. So I will use the pipe symbol here. Okay, pipe symbol. And now we need one more option to call a number. So once again, a, okay, a, and the phone number. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 5 5, and I'll close the a tag. All right, so a and a, and here href. So for mail we have mail to, correct, and for call we have tel. All right, tel. That's all. For mail, mail to. For calling phone number we have tel dot, and then the phone number. All right, I hope this is, yeah, one more, and then close the quotes. And now let me save it, and let me go back and refresh it, and I have email us and this. Okay, email us and this. So with the pipe symbol you can adjust this, and let me refresh it. It looks fine. So when I click on this, it is asking me to pick an app to call this number. All right, so these two are the things that you need to remember: tel and mail to. All right, yes. Next, what is remaining? We have back to top. So we are at the bottom of the page. So you may have seen many times buttons like this, correct? So when you click on this, it takes you to the top of the page, right? So I'm at the bottom. When I click back to top, it takes you to the top of the page. Now let us create something like this. So I want it below email us and call, correct? So here below this, let me have p tags. Okay, p tags, and I'll say back to top, and I'll close p tags. Okay, so let me save it and let me refresh it. So I have back to top here. I have back to top, and let me wrap this in a tags. Okay, a tags. For this too we use a tags. Okay, so a tags, and now we have to use href. Okay, href, and here we use this symbol. Okay, this symbol, and we need to use a keyword. All right, so let me write top. You can write or use any keyword. Okay, so let me explain it in detail. Do not worry about it right now. So href is common, you know about it, is equal to, and then inside quotes with this symbol. Okay, with this symbol, which is nothing but shift and 3. Okay, hold shift and press 3 button on your keyboard. All right, so it gets you this number, and then a keyword. Okay, keyword. Now let me save this. Let me refresh it. So I have this link. When I click on this link, it has to take me to the top. Okay, it has to take me to the top. So what I need to do is, so what is this? Home remedies for low blood pressure, correct? So let me consider it as a top. Okay, home remedies for low blood pressure. So here or here or here, it doesn't matter because all three are here itself. So I need to mention ID. Okay, ID is equal to, and in quotes, what did I type here? What did I type? I typed top, correct? Top. So I need to mention top. Okay, top. So now I will save it. I will refresh this, and when I click on back to top, it takes me to this. Okay, so what is happening is here I'm saying, when I click on back to top button, find wherever this ID is and take me there. Okay, so what I'm saying is, so when I click on this, find wherever this ID is or this word is in form of ID, take me to that position. So when I click on it, what happens is it searches where is the ID top. Where is it? It is here, ID equal to top. So it gets me to this location. Okay, it gets me to this location. Now let me cut this and let me paste it, let us say in ginseng. Okay, let me paste it in ginseng and let me see what happens. So I'll refresh this, and now when I click on back to top, ginseng loads up. Okay, ginseng loads up. All right, so if I had pasted in cinnamon, then this would have loaded when I clicked, when I had clicked back to top button. Okay, now where do we want it? We want it at the top. So let it be here. So let me save it, let me refresh it, and I have my working page. All right, I have my working page. So these are the various variations that we can create using a tag or anchor tag. Along with anchor tag, we need href, hypertext reference. All right. So I want to have something like this, contact us, and when I click on it, I need to have this form. Okay, so where I need to enter first name, last name, email address, and I need to have the radio buttons, and then I need to type message and then click on submit. Okay, so I must be able to create this. So now let us do this. Let me go to this folder and let me go to pages folder, and let me create a new text document. Okay, so I'll open this, and I have already copied this. Okay, our skeleton, I can say. Now let me start creating a form inside this. So the title, let it be contact us. Okay, contact us. Let the title be contact us. So inside body we will be writing codes to get the form. Okay, so this is my reference here, this is my reference. Now, so it may seem this is very simple. Okay, it may seem this is very simple, but then the coding it takes time and it is bit confusing. All right, so let me try to make it easy for you. Now, forms start with form and end with form. All right, forms start with form tag, starting tag, and ending form tag. Okay, now inside these two tags will be the data that makes up this form. Okay, now these are labels. All right, these are labels, and this is the section where we input the data. All right, so these are labels, just labels. So let us create how many labels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 labels. Okay, so let us do that. So labels are here. Labels are wrapped in between I cannot spell label. Yeah, labels are wrapped in between label tags. Okay, so we basically need how many labels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me copy it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, the labels are inside form tags. Okay, so label is done. Now let me type in the label names. Okay, so this is what we want, correct? And what do we want here? We want your message. Okay, we want your message here. All right, so we have 5 labels. Let me quickly save it and let me open this. Where is it? Okay, it is saved. I have to save it as HTML. So let me save it as contact underscore us dot HTML. Okay, let me save it. So now when I open it, you can see it has come as first name, last name, email, did you, everything in a single line. We do not want this. We want breaks to be added after each line. So you know the tag for adding breaks, BR tag, correct? BR and BR. So BR and BR. Okay, BR tags. So BR tags, let me save it and let me open it. Okay, let me open it. So all 5 have come in 5 lines. Okay, 5 lines. So for mentioning input, we have to use input tags. Input. Okay. Now this is only one tag. There is no ending tag for this. There is no this tag / tag for this. Okay. So input. All right. And let me copy this so that I do not waste your time. Okay, and then here. So now I have added input sections to all the labels. Okay, so let me save it and let me come back and refresh it. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 input sections for 5 labels. But then once again, the formatting is not proper. First name is here, last name is here. So we do not want it. So let us add breaks after each input section. Okay. So let me copy this, paste it after each input tag. So let me save it, let me refresh it, and I have this. Okay, now this is done. I hope you have understood. Now comes the tough part. Now first we must link this to this. Okay, see, whatever we enter for the first name or whatever we enter in this box should be considered as first name, correct? So we will have a submit button here. When we click submit button, whatever we enter here should be considered as first name and then should be submitted. Whatever we enter here should be considered as last name and then submitted, correct? It should not be that. Whatever we enter here should be considered as first name and then should be submitted. It is not like that. So this and this are linked, this and this are linked, this and this are linked, this and this are linked. In the sense, this field is for this field is for this input field is for email, entering email. Okay, so we have to link them, and for linking we use for and id tags. So for comes in, okay, for comes in label section. So let me quickly copy this and paste in all the label tags. Okay, for comes in label section. In input section we need to have id tags. Okay, so you know how id works, correct? So in input we need to have id tags. Okay, id tags. Yes. Now whatever name you give here must be given here too. This is to link these two. So the input section, this input section should be linked to this label, first name, correct? So we use for and id. So whatever name you give for id here must be given for. Okay, so what can we give? Let us give fn. Okay, fn for first name. So same fn must be given here. So what is this? Last name. Let us give ln and ln here. Okay, and what is this? Email. Let me say email itself, and in for email, id email, and for email. Okay, what is this? Your message. I'll say message. Your message, and I'll say message. Okay, so now let me save it, and let me refresh it. So nothing will be displayed here. We just linked the text box to the label. We linked the text box to the label. That's all. All right. Now label is done. Label is simple. Okay. Label is simple. Input has two more attributes. One is name, and one more is type. Okay, so first let me say about name equal to this. So this is what we need to use in all input tags. Now you have a name, your friend has a name, I have a name, my wife has a name. So names are used to recognize people, correct? Names are used to recognize peoples. Similarly, name here is used to recognize the input. Okay. Now when we submit the form after filling, if we have to do any operations on the submitted data, then we need to be able to fetch the data, correct? And when we are trying to fetch the data, we need all these names. So right now we are not doing it. So I cannot show you it working. All right, but we need names for input boxes. All right, input boxes. So name, let me say last name. sorry, first name. First name. So whenever I'm doing some operation and I want to fetch first name, so I'll use this name. Okay, first name. Next, let me say name is equal to last name. Okay, name is equal to last name here for last name. And then for email, name is equal to, what shall it be? Let it be email itself. Let it be email itself. It doesn't matter if this and this are same. Okay, do not worry about it. Now this, what is this? Let me give name as message. Okay, let me give name as message. Not message, sorry. Not email. This is not email, this is not email. Okay, I'm sorry. What is this? Yes or no? So let me give yes or no. Or no. Okay, yes or no. Yes or no. What is this? Yes or no. Yes or no. What is this? Yes or no. So this. Okay, this. So for and ID I'm using yes or no. Name also, let me say yes or no. Okay, I'm sorry for this mistake. So yes or no. And then label, what is this? Message. So name, let it be name, let it be message. Okay, message. All right, so let me save it. Let me refresh it here. Even if I refresh, nothing changes here. So let us proceed. Okay, so yeah, we are halfway there. So label has only for tag, or for attribute, not tag, for attribute. So input has name attribute, ID attribute, and then one more attribute which is type. Okay, type. Now let me quickly copy this type for all the input tags. Okay, for all the input tags. Now in the first name box, what should we enter? We must enter our first name, correct? So how do we enter, or what do we enter? We enter text. We enter text, correct? So the type is text. So what we mention using type is what kind of data do we input in the input box. So here we enter text data, correct? Here in first name box we have to enter text data, and so the type is text. All right. Next, last name. In the last name box, what do we enter? Once again, name, text. Name is text. So here in email, what do we enter? We once again enter text, correct? We enter text. So we will say text. Okay. Now this is not what we want, correct? Did you find our article useful? Correct. But then what we want is two buttons like this. These two are called as radio buttons. All right, radio buttons. So here input type radio. Okay, input type radio. So these two are called as radio buttons. All right, radio buttons. And here your message. Once again, we enter text here. But this is not similar to this or this. All right. So now I'm going to delete this. Okay. See this. Okay. I'm going to delete this. It is text area. Okay. And then closing text area. Now this is the tag. Basically the tag is only this much. All right, the tag is this. The tag is text area. Now this will get you this box. Okay, this will get you this box. But then we need to add attributes, correct? So what attributes? Message, name, ID. Okay, or a name, for and ID. So ID and for should be same, name to recognize the text area. So when you add those two, it looks like this. Okay. Now let me save it and let me refresh my page. Okay. So now you have first name, last name, email, and the radio button. We'll work on this. And then what is this? An area to enter data, correct? So you can increase this or decrease it. Okay. Now you can get this using text area tag. Alright, text area tag. Now we have everything we want, everything that we want. Only thing that we need to work on is radio buttons. Now input type radio, name yes or no. Alright. So break, let it be there. What do I want? I want yes, no. Correct? So yes and no both are labels. So once again we need to use label. Okay, label. And then label close. So inside this we say yes. Okay. So let me save it. Let me refresh it. So yes. Okay. Yes. We want same thing for no. Correct. We want same thing for no. Let me copy this. Okay. Let me copy this. I'll tell you about it later. Okay. Yeah. And let this be no. Alright. I'll save it and I will refresh it. So yes, no. Yes and no. So I do not want this break here. Let me delete the break. Now let me save it. Let me refresh it. So it comes as yes and no here. Now let me add the break so that it will be easy for you to understand. Yeah. Okay. Now see. Let me save it. Let me refresh it. It comes as this. Now these two are radio buttons. Correct? Now I must be able to check only one of these. That means if I click on yes, yes will be selected. Now if I click on no, the selection of yes should be removed. So I'll select no, and so the selection of yes goes away. Now no is selected. Now if I select yes, no selection should go away. Correct? Now that is possible only when you have names. Okay? Names similar. Alright? See, name yes or no. Name yes or no. Basically I copied this line and I pasted here. Correct? Name of this and name of this should be similar or same. Only then this is possible. Alright. So ID you must change. So let me keep yes. Okay. Yes. And in label I'll add for equal to yes. Alright. For equal to yes. Here this is for no. So ID I will change to no. So label for is equal to no. So you know what ID and for is. Whatever you give for must be given for ID. Correct? But the names must be similar. Now see, I'll say CCC, just random name. Yes, CCC or no, yes or no. Now let me save this and let me refresh it. See, now names are not same. So yes, I select yes, it gets selected. Now when I click on no, no too gets selected. Okay, no also gets selected. This should not happen. This is radio button and you must be able to select only one. Correct? For that to happen, as I said, the names of two radio buttons must be similar. Okay? Only then it will come to know that both comes under same input type and only one of them must be selected. Okay? So I have saved it. So I've refreshed it and see it works. Okay, you can see it works. Alright, I hope you have understood. Now let me delete this break and let me add it here itself so that I have according to my design. Okay, here. Now if you see, it is typed as your message here and then type here is there. Okay, so we need to delete this and type the message. So we do not have type here. To get that, you just enter type here between text area tags. Okay, text area starting tag, text area ending tag. Between these two tags, type here. Okay, so let me save it. Let me refresh it and I have type here. Alright, so let me delete and let me enter. Now first name is done, second name is done, email is done, this is done, this is also done. Alright, now I have one more modification to do. If you see, let me talk about the modification later. Now I need a submit button, I need a reset button, correct? So I need a submit button, I need a reset button. What does reset do? I'll say this. Okay, so I've entered some values. So let us assume I change my mind, I want to delete all this. So instead of going to all the cells and deleting it, I can just click on reset. Okay, all the values will be reset to default values. Alright, which is nothing. So that is what reset does. Now let me add submit button. So input type is equal to submit. Okay, input type is equal to submit. That's all. It is as easy as this. We just say input and type submit in quotes. Don't forget the closing quotes. Okay, in quotes. When we say type is submit, it adds a button for submitting. See, now nothing is there. So let me save this and let me refresh it, and you can see it has given a submit button. Okay, submit button. Now let us assume that instead of submit written on this button, you want to have send. Okay, so you can change it using value. Okay, sorry, value is equal to, let us say, send. Okay, value is equal to send. Now I'll save it. So instead of submit being written here, send will be written. All right, next let us add reset button. Input and what is it? Type is equal to reset. That's all. That is all there is to it. So when you say type reset, it adds a reset button automatically. So let us save this and refresh it, and the reset button comes here. Okay, now let me at c.com. Okay, yaaa.com. For email, I have written yaaa.com and I'll say yes. And now when I click on send, something happens. Okay, the value is sent now. The value is sent. All right. Even though it was not an email ID, whatever we have entered was sent. Sent where? Sent for processing. Okay, it goes to the server. Do not worry about it. It is not. It doesn't come in the scope of this series. Okay, do not worry about it. We are sending it for further processing. Now that should not happen. We must enter only email addresses here. It should not take any other text values. For this, we use email instead of text. Okay, so this is label for email, label email. So input type, it should be email instead of text. Okay, now see, I will save this and I'll say, and if I say yaaa.com and if I say yes and if I click send, sorry, I did not refresh it. It gives me an error like this. Okay, please include, so please include an at in the email address. aaa.com is missing an at. So this will be given only if you type email here. Okay, only if you type email here. If you just type text, which is basically text, we enter text here, but then if you say type equal to text, it will take any value here. Alright, so type email, and now it gets sent. Alright, now this is the form that you wanted, this is what you have. Now one thing is remaining, what is that? That is an exercise to you. So I need to have contact us button here, and when I click on the contact us button, it must take me to this page. Okay, and I need to have a back button here, and when I click on the back button, it must take me to this page. Alright, so that is an exercise for you, you must do it. Apart from this, there are many other attributes that I have not explained. Okay, because it is once again out of scope of this video. So in form we have mainly 3 attributes. One is name, form name. Just like we have names for input boxes, we need to have name for form. So let me say form 1. Why do we need form names? See, when we say a website, it may have many forms. One for contacting, just like what we did. One for registering to some event or something. Next, you may have an option to subscribe to a newsletter and so on. So you may have many forms on a website, and you must be able to recognize forms, correct? So name here is used to recognize the form. To do operations, of course, whenever you want to do operations, you call the form by its name and you do the operation. Okay, and then in form we have action. Okay, we have action. Generally it will be directed toward the PHP script. Okay, so what do we now what does this action do? It says what should be done when send button is clicked. Okay, what do we do with the data that is entered here when send button is clicked? That will be defined in action. Okay, that will be defined in action. So what action should be taken when send is pressed? So normally a PHP script goes here. Do not worry about it once again. And finally, in the form starting form tag, we have method. Okay, method, and there are 2 methods: post method, and one more is get method. Okay, one more is get method. Now once again, post method, what it does is it takes all these data which you have entered and it packs it into the HTTP request and it sends to the server. Okay, just know this, it takes your data and it sends it to the server. That is what post method does. Get method, what get method does is it displays this information in this. Okay, in this. So let me enter Manju. Okay, at.com. Yes. Okay, let me save with this is get method, sorry, control S for saving. This is get method, and yes. Now see what happens to the URL when I click on send button. So when I click on send, you can see first name which I entered here was Manju, it comes here. Last name Maya, it comes here. Email which I entered was manju@maya.com. So at is represented by %40. Do not worry about this. And did you find our article useful? Yes or no? So on. Okay. So whatever we had entered here will be displayed in this, in the URL. Okay, in the URL. Now this will be useful when you want to bookmark the link for any reason. Now if you go to google.com and if you search anything, you can see your search query in the URL. All right, so if you do not know about it, do not worry. That is what it does, get method. So it takes all your data and puts it in the form, or it appends it in the URL which can be bookmarked. Okay, whereas if you use post method, if you use post method, let me save it, let me refresh it, or let me close it entirely, and let me open contact us. So whatever you type will not be appended to the URL. So you can see URL is not changing. So all the data here will be taken and it will be passed through HTTP request to the server. Okay, so you cannot bookmark the link here. Get method links can be bookmarked, and so you should not use any sensitive information like passwords. Post method takes the user data and passes it to the server through HTTP request. All right, once again, there are many things to be done, which is once again out of the scope of this course. And as you progress your learning, as you progress through your learning, you will learn those things when it matters. All right, it is not required to learn everything right now. Now, firstly, the main page of your website should be named as index.html. Okay, now this is not a rule but a convention followed while designing a website. Okay, so the main page, what is the main page? This is our main page, right? So main page should be named as index.html. all right, next, always have only one h1 heading element in a page. Okay, don't have more than one h1 tag or heading 1 in a page. Now h2 can be many, h3 can be many, h4, h5, 6 can be as many times as you want, but h1 should be used only once. All right, so that is second thing. Next, about semantic tags. Okay, semantic tags. So this is our website, correct? This is this is what we created. If you look at this, line, this is bold and in italics, correct? This is in bold and italics. And how did we do it bold or italics? We used B and I tags, correct? So let me open this up in Notepad and show you. So this is this, correct? You too have this. So we used B tag for making it bold, right? Bold. So let me delete this. Let me delete the bold tags and show you how it is. Let me save it and let me refresh it. So you can see the bold has been removed and now it is in normal font. And now let me delete the italics, I tags. Okay, and let me save it and let me show you how it comes. So you can see it is normal text, normal format. So there is no difference between this and this, correct? This format, sorry, yeah, and this are same, correct? Now, what we will be talking about is semantic tags. Now, HTML5, which is the current version, uses semantic tags. Now, what semantic tags are the tags with purpose. All right. Now, we used B to make this bold, correct? Now, that is non-semantic tag. If you want to make it bold, you can also use strong tag. All right, strong tag. Let me close it here and let me save it. Let me refresh it. So it comes as bold. Correct? Now B tags and strong tags get you the same result, which is making it bold. But then B tag is non-semantic tag and strong tag is semantic tag. Now what is semantic tag? Semantic tags are tags with purpose. Now these are used by search engines. Alright, these are used by search engines. If you use B, it says this is bold. That's all. Okay. If you use B tags here, it just says, hey computer, this should be bold. This should be made bold. That's all. But if you use strong, it says this is of importance. Okay. So this text here is of importance and make it bold. So we are emphasizing, okay, or we are saying its purpose using strong tags. And in recent times, we use semantic tags and not non-semantic tags. So we generally don't use B and I. I is for making it in italicizing, alright? But we do not use it. Instead of I, we use M, EM, okay, for emphasizing. Let me close it, EM. Now this, let me save it. Let me refresh it. So you can see it has come in italics. Now this gives you the same result of I tags, okay, I tags. But I tags are non-semantic. I tags just say make this in or bring it out as italics or italicize this. It just says that. But when you use EM tags, it says this is of importance. Emphasize it by bringing it in italics. Okay. So this emphasizes the text. Okay. Or in other words, this has some purpose. The tags give some purpose. It has some purpose to the content. Okay. It gives some purpose to the content. Whereas B tag and I tag do not give any purpose. Now at this stage, it is difficult for you to make sense of it. But as you progress, as you learn newer and newer things, it will come naturally to you. Alright. Now P tag is semantic tag. It says this is a paragraph. Okay. It says this is a paragraph. Similarly, there are many semantic tags which I have not explained in this course. There is article tag, navigation tag, and many others too. I do not want to confuse you right now. There are many other tags which are semantic tags. And slowly, as you progress through your journey of web development, you will learn them and you will use them. Alright? Right now, do not worry too much about this semantic tags. But just know that semantic tags give purpose, or it has some purpose. Alright? That is about semantic tags. Next, some detail about table. Okay. Now I have a table here which has 4 rows and 3 columns, and the codes for this table is here. Alright. Now by now you know how to get this table. You know all these codes. Correct? But if you see here, we have name, place and age. These 3 are headings of this table. And under name we have Ravi, Mohan and Anita. Place Mysore, Pune and Mumbai, and under age we have 3 ages. But when you look at this table, all the data looks same. Even the headings look similar to these data, correct? But we want the headings of the table to stand out. Okay, we want the headings to stand out, and so we have heading tags. Okay, heading tags, th tags, table heading. Okay, so we will be using this. We'll be using this instead of td tags. Okay, so th, and th. Okay, name, place and age are the headings. We want them to stand out, correct? And that is why we are using th tags. So let me save this. And let me refresh it. And you can see name, place, age have come in bold, or now the table looks good. So this is one tag that you must remember. Okay, in the 3 tables that we have done, we did not need a table heading. Okay, so I have taken this example to explain table heading. All right, next you can go to any website and check the codes. Okay, now for example, I am at google.com, and if I want to check the codes that has gone into making of this page, then I just have to right click and select view page source. Okay, so when you select view page source, you will get a lot of codes like this. All right, now here you can see doc type HTML, the one that we have learned, and then HTML code starts here. There are many things in here which we have not learned, which you will learn in your journey when you progress through it. Okay, so do not worry about it right now. So we have our head tag, we have meta charset UTF-8 and rest of the codes. All right, now this works with all the web pages. You can go to the web page and right click and select view page source. Okay, so this is to look at the codes. Next, a wonderful resource is this website, w3schools.com. All the HTML topics are available here. Okay, available here. So if you are stuck, you can go to this website, click on the article and read about it. Okay, read about it. They also have inbuilt code editor. Okay, they also have an inbuilt code editor like this. You just have to click on try it yourself and you can see the output. All right, so when you're stuck, go to this website and clear your doubts. All right, next is try watching other videos on YouTube which teaches HTML. You have watched my videos, that is fine, and I thank you for that. But there are many other channels which teach you HTML. Only when you watch other videos and only when you practice the content that they give out in those videos, you will learn the concept properly. Only by watching the videos, you will not learn anything. You just watch it like a movie, that's all. You watch it and you forget it. Only when you code it, when you practice it, when you watch new videos, you will learn new things. Alright? So other videos, they may teach something new, something extra, maybe in a good way, better way than what I am teaching. Alright? So make sure you watch other videos of other channels to learn about HTML and then practice them. Okay, don't stop practicing. After HTML, you need to learn about CSS. What we have done is we have given a structure to the website. We have just given a structure to the website. Now we need to make it look good. We need to make it look good. And this is where CSS comes. Okay, CSS and also JavaScript. So next should be learning CSS. I have made a playlist where I teach CSS. Alright, so if you are interested, you can watch those videos. If you are not interested in my videos, you can watch CSS videos of other channels. But make sure you watch them and learn those too. Only when you learn HTML and CSS, you will get an idea of how website is designed. And after that, go and learn JavaScript. And once you are done with these three, you can create a proper website. Alright? So that's it for this video. It has been a nice journey. Thank you for staying with me through these 10 videos. I wish you good luck and hope to see you in my CSS videos. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.